welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we are flying again. We're taking a plane of Eurowings from Barcelona to Cologne, and here on the map you can see our approximate flight route today. Our plane today is an Airbus A319 with a registration DAGWY, 11 years old, flying since 2014, we will see it later on. We're starting at a hotel, the Leonardo Royal Hotel, in which I arrived in my last video, and after the breakfast I took a metro from Fira station to the airport. Make sure to get the right ticket, as you need a special ticket to go to the airport. Here you can see the station, and we're now taking the modern metro directly to Terminal 2, from which Eurowings is operating. As I said, you need a special ticket to get to the airport. Here at the airport you need to go to a ticket barrier, and you will only get through if you have a valid ticket. There's a chance to buy a new ticket there, but just make sure to get the right one in the beginning, so you will save a lot of trouble. Here we can see my plane, as I said, with the registration DAGWY. Was taken into service in 2014 for Germanwings, transferred to Eurowings in 2017, and shortly after my flight in January 2025 she was transferred to Eurowings Europe Malta, and now she has the registration 9HEXY, and it's a typical low-cost plane with quite tight seat pitch, but quite okay. And now we are already on our way to the runway, starting heading west and then turning to the left, and then we're heading to our destination of Cologne. We are in the air now, turning to the left, going over the ocean and continuing turning left. And firstly we are heading in the direction of France. We're now basically going back the same route that I took with the cruise ship just a couple of days ago, just a couple of videos ago as well, with the Costa Favolosa, because we're now heading to Marseille. We are now right above Marseille. We cannot see Marseille because it's rather on the left side, but here on the right side we have a view of the city of Toulon. Then we are heading for Switzerland, and we are crossing the Alps above Switzerland, and we will get some fantastic views. In the beginning there were a lot of clouds above the mountains, but now we can see the beautiful mountains of the Alps. It's always very spectacular if you're flying across the Alps and you can actually see them, and we were quite lucky on this day to get a lot of good views of the mountains, the most beautiful part of the flight. The flight itself otherwise was pretty unspectacular. Service on board, typical for a low-cost carrier, consists of food and drinks that you can buy on board. There are no drinks or food included, but you can buy them on board. And also with Eurowings, just like with any other low-cost carrier like Ryanair, you need to check exactly what is already included in your ticket fare and what you need to pay extra, for example luggage and other things. So make sure to check before heading to the airport what is included, and especially check when you're booking what you might need to add to save money, because if you add it later on it will be much more expensive, of course. We're still above the Alps, still above Switzerland, now heading for Germany, and flying over Germany and then landing into Cologne. I chose Cologne even though it's further away from my actual destination, which is close to Frankfurt, because the flight was much cheaper. Flights to Frankfurt were very expensive on that day. Stuttgart would have also been a good airport, but there were also no suitable flights, so I chose this one, and I'm now flying to Cologne. From Cologne we will then go to Frankfurt. We will see it in this video later on. Here we are above Germany. Of course, typical German weather with a lot of clouds. But we are now slowly starting our descent, and unfortunately a couple of days later I had a massive problem with my GoPro, especially with the memory card, and unfortunately a lot of footage was deleted and I had to recover it, and it worked very well because all of this footage that you're seeing here is recovered, but the most important one, the landing in Cologne, unfortunately was not recoverable. So I tried my best, but it was not possible to get this footage back. So unfortunately we now have to jump here from this shot where we are slowly approaching the airport to the moment where we've already landed. This clip was again recoverable. I don't know what was wrong with the other one, but unfortunately there was no chance. So I then took the bus to the terminal, and after just a couple of minutes the luggage was there and I headed straight to the station at the airport. There are some long distance trains, but just a handful. There was no suitable one at the time I was there, so I firstly took an S-Bahn to the next long distance station. So you can either go to Cologne or to Siegburg-Bonn. I went to Siegburg-Bonn and from there I took an ICE, which is now bringing me to Frankfurt. Here we have the airport of Frankfurt where I changed for a local train, and now I'm heading for my hotel because I stayed here in Frankfurt in a hotel because I had an appointment in the surrounding area, and that's why I chose the Scandic hotel. You probably know that I'm a big fan of the Scandic chain. They have very nice hotels, and here you can see my lovely hotel room, which was an accessible room for some reason, but still a very nice one. I love the design of Scandic, and I also love the breakfast that they are offering, and we will see later on in the video. Here we have my window, which was a double window. I've never seen it like this before, but also quite interesting. And of course it was already dark outside, but below is the River Main, and on the right side you have at least a little glimpse of the skyline of Frankfurt. I then went down into the bar for dinner, and then it was time to sleep, and on the next morning I woke up with an amazing breakfast. For me, Scandic offers the best breakfast of hotel chains in Germany. I really like the biological and local breakfast that they are offering, so if you want to have a good breakfast, I can highly recommend staying at the Scandic hotel. And that's it for this video, and also that was the last video of this series that started a couple of days, or for us weeks ago, in Frankfurt with my trip with the ECE, the Giruno, to Milan. And now we will continue in the next video somewhere else. That's it for this video on the series. I hope you enjoyed it. Here you can see when the next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.